from the frost-bitten north, a fire was born. Before the longships, there was the soil, the home, the hearth. They tamed the land so their children could sail the seas. Strength began not in battle, but in the warmth of home. They prayed to gods who walked among storms. Each strike of the hammer echoed a promise to never kneel. They were not raised for war, but born into it. The wind carried tales of distant lands and the call to sail. They shaped trees into dragons to conquer the sea. The ocean did not frighten them. It called them home. Beneath the rising sun, they sailed into legend. They fought not for gold, but for each other. Each strike echoed across time, forging their destiny. Their fury fell like thunder upon foreign shores. And from war, they sang songs of glory. Every legend carries the echo of a name lost to time. And so the tales were born, carved not on stone, but in song. The Northmen reached beyond their world and reshaped ours. Their weapons may rust, but their legacy never fades. And thus began the age of the Vikings, where legends set sail. They carved their destinies, one beam at a time. When met wave, the sea gained new kings. A single gust carried the dreams of 1,000 souls. Muscle, wood, and will hacking the trinity of the North. Beyond the mist lay lands they had only heard in stories. They followed the stars and the gods that guided them. Nature tested their hearts, the brave endured. And in silence, they thanked the sea for mercy. For the first time, they saw a world beyond their own. Their footprints would one day shape history itself. Where iron met iron, worlds collided. They became the storm they once feared. In fire, they found their path to Valhalla. Their spirits rose with the smoke, internal, unseen. Their homes were temples, and every wall told a saga. They drank not to forget war, but to honor life. And in verse, their glory would live forever. They swore oaths in blood and broke none. Even the fiercest clans bowed to their own justice. Their shields guarded more than life. They guarded honor. They were not just warriors. They were rulers of the tide. When the horn sounded, where freeing, their sails became wings of war, green, swift, then mirthless. The Saxons slept. There, the Northmen were already ashore. Their fury painted the night sky in flame. Where war once raged, homes began to rise. They ruled hearth and hall alike, queens of the cold. The same hands that swung swords also sowed seeds. Their wealth came not only from raids, but from trade. From east to west, they touched every shore. Their hearts beat for discovery, not destruction. They found new homes where fire let frost. They named it Greenland to bring hope to the brave. Beyond every horizon, another waited. They reached a new world again, long before the world believed. To sail was to live, to lounge. To stop was to fade. Old gods met new faith, yet both shaped their souls. They bowed not to weakness, but to a changing world. Their time began to fade, but never ended. Their stories froze in stone and foam and thawed in legend. Their whispers still echo in the northern wind. Their blood runs through the sons of the snow. They fought fierce, but with honor bound by oath. They stood shoulder to shoulder, equals in battle and blood. In their art, even silence spoke loudly. The heavens themselves painted their myths. The storm was their lullaby Folun, the snow their crown. When greed grew, brother turned against brother. The gods watched as their halls grew silent. From clans to kingdoms, the North learned to rule. He united the scattered tribes and forged a nation. The land of frost was now a land of kings. They traded axes for crowns beer, but not their fire. They built cities from the ashes of conquest. Their legacy lived on time, in laughter and courage. They turned memory into melody into hair, and truth into tale. Here, every man's voice echoed, even before kings. No winter lasts forever, Pisa. Not even theirs. Their ships still breathe in the silence of history. The world may have changed, but the North still stands. The sea roared like a beast, and the Vikings rode its back. In every drop of blood, a storm. In every wave, a battle. They called them wolf ships, Hantasaran, silent, swift, and deadly. Every shore was a question, and they answered with courage. From Francia to England, thunder echoed their names. They were more than raiders. They were the North itself. Glory has a price, and every hero paid it in full. They sent him home in flame, to the halls beyond the stars. Some say they still ride beneath the northern lights. Their voices faded, but their echoes remain. They ruled hearth and hall alike, cauldron, fierce as any man. They built not empires, but legacies carved in oak and stone. Not all journeys were raids. Many were bridges between worlds. The Norse touched every shore. Their web spread from sea to sea. They lived by fate and met death as an old friend. The old gods watched as a new faith rose. Change came not in peace,
but
in struggle
of soul
and steel. The age of the Vikings began to fade into time. Some say the last ship never sank. It simply sailed into legend. Their stories did not end in poem. They became the breath of history. Their free room carved, then a message to eternity. Their blood rose stilt in every northern heart. If you listen to the wind, you might still hear them call. The gods may fade from stone, but their spirit still roams the wind. Beyond the lights, their souls still sail. They taught the world, courage is not born, it is forged. From wooden halls to shining towers, their spirit endures. The same sea they conquered still whispers their name. We are their children, kids, born of wind, water, and will. The saga of the Vikings is the saga of us all. As long as we remember the wind that once carried ships' foam still sings across these lands. Ravens still fly, guardians of Odin's sky. The sword that conquered Conanter gave way to the plow that sustained. From the fires of the past, they forged our tomorrow. Time washes all away, but some names never drown. And so, they sail once more in glory into the endless horizon. This is the North Fourth, untamed, eternal, alive. Their legacy lives on, here in the Historian.